It's Mary D. Welch. Hi, everybody. It's Mary D. Welch. We're back for another wonderful, beautiful Monday. I can tell you, have you noticed that every Monday is beautiful? I've noticed that every single day is beautiful. I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you, replay viewers. Anytime you come to the show, I am honored and I am blessed by your presence. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest today, we have a very special gentleman that's going to be on today. His name is Freddie Green. He is the owner of Freddie's Luxury Car Rentals. He is a resident of Inland Empire, as many of our guests are, but we have people from all over the world that come on the show. He is an entrepreneur. He's actually he works full time for the state of California, but his entrepreneurial spirit is, I won't say it's getting the best of him, but that's why he started his business. But he's going to come on today and talk to you about how he really scaled. He went from one car to now, multiple cars. He went from one city now to multiple cities. And his business is not just growing. It's just, when I tell you zooming, it is blowing up, it's blasting off, it's doing all those things. And I'd like to welcome you to the show. This really a friend of mine and really just an excellent guy. This is Freddie Green. Freddie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing, Mary? How's it going?
Fine. I'm so happy that you could make it. I know it with your schedule and all the exciting things going on. Just come into the show. Just getting you here. It's been a process. So welcome, Freddie. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, I want to first have the audience learn just a little bit about you and your background. I know you're born and raised San Bernardino.
Mm-hmm.
That in this, you don't always find that. You find people, they may be born somewhere, but they're, in one place, but they move to another place and that kind of thing. But when you're born and raised, so you're homegrown.
Yes, right here.
And then you went through the whole educational system locally.
Yes, sure did.
Yes,
okay. Sure did. Started off, went to Muscat Elementary School and went to Airview Junior High School and Cajon High School. And I graduated from there and San Bernardino Valley College. So, I spent all my life born and raised right here.
All right. We have a comment from Dumas Martin. Thank you, Dumas. We know we appreciate you. Congratulations from the Idea Club. I know, and Freddie and I are we're attached to the Idea Club and to Dumas. This is a personal friend of ours, so thank you. I know too. And this is Janie came up. Hi, Janie. Hi, Dumas. You guys that's just popping in.
Thank you, Dumas. Thank you for everything.
I know. And all of so Dumas, Janie, when your names come up, I really try to acknowledge you because you took the time to come to watch the show and then make a comment. So we really try to acknowledge that. I know too. Well, tell me, Freddie, it's not easy to get jobs with the state of California, to my knowledge, state of California.
Right.
How did you start out working with the state?
I started off working at a roofing tile company in Fontana, and I started there at a young age, and then was looking for something better. Wanted a retirement, wanted more benefits. I just bought a home, wanted more benefit, wanted more security for my family. So I just applied. It's for state jobs. It was just corrections, CHP, and Caltrans, and all those jobs. And the first one that came through, that's where I was going. It was a toss up between Caltrans Department of Corrections, and I ended up going with Caltrans Department of Transportation.
All right. And you've been there how many years now?
I've been there 24 years.
Good for you.
I'm counting down. I'm almost done.
Well, I think, isn't it like 30 years? It's like a good retirement type thing? Is it?
Yes. 25 to 30. Yeah, I'm there now.
Oh,
I'm right there. Because I like my job. I like going there. Caltrans has done a lot of great things for me. Very great department to work for. All the people there are great. I really enjoy my career there. Actually, I'm kind of sad that it's winding to an end, but we're training the newer people that's coming in, and we got great staff there, good management, and just love to be a part of it.
Good. All right. I know you because you're a supervisor for it, calculus.
Yes. Uh-huh.
That has its own demands, doesn't it?
Yeah, it can be demanding, just like any other job that you come across. That you're dealing with different personalities,
Right.
different ideas. That's where the diversity training comes into play, and you
Mhm.
get that different dealing with different groups of people, and
Mhm.
everybody has different ideas. You just have to be really patient and just make sure everybody's trained up in the proper way, and everybody's fine.
Oh, that's good. It seems like you have the personality for it. You know,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been doing it. I've been doing it for a long time. So,
yeah. But
I said,
I
they should
mean,
pay us for
you're
be
open.
a pastor, a supervisor, a counselor, a
Mhm.
teacher.
Oh, you know what? Let me see. Yours is frozen. There, I think. Okay, now it unfroze. Okay. We have a comment. Oh, Jamie made it. Oh, you said Dumas said congratulations, Freddie. I want to make sure
Oh,
I
thank you,
put
Mr. Dumas. I
that.
couldn't have did it without you.
And Janie said 24 years. Congratulations.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you
Uh-huh.
very much.
And this was I think I don't want to say the name wrong. Hi Mike, is it Mahite 99? Do you know Mahite?
Oh, Michelle,
Oh,
Michelle. That's Michelle.
okay. Well,
Hi,
thank you.
Michelle. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Definitely. I know too. Well, okay. You did, like you said, you went up through the school system and everything, and
Yes.
then you end up working for the state. But
Yes.
somewhere in this transition, cars were a part of your life.
Yeah, through my dad. My dad worked at Datsun Auto Body in San Bernardino for many years. He was always a part of dealing with cars, and I grew up around cars. He had a love for cars, and I guess it just kind of like rubbed off onto me. And he instilled that in me. And take pride in your car. You take pride in yourself. You dress well. You look well, and he instilled that into me. And that's how I started getting into cars.
Okay. Did you start? Was it? You said was it detailing? Was it just you just like cars?
Well,
Period.
he always had my dad always had fixed up nice cars. He had nice rides and always took pride in them, and he
Mhm.
always made sure I kept them clean, and he worked on them and taught me how to pull transmissions out and all that. So you just grew a love for it. And
Mhm.
and when I got my first car, I did the same thing that he did. He would look at my car and say if it was dirty, he would say, "Hey, your car's dirty." Or if he wasn't dressed right, he would say, "Hey, you just don't care how you look, do you? You need to straighten it up, get some nice clothes on." So I owe a lot of that to my dad,
Mhm.
instilling those kind of values and stuff in me,
Mhm.
and and I just grew up and just started taking care of my cars and fixing them up, and then my cars became a part of me. They were a reflection of
Mhm.
me. So when you see the kind of cars that I drive, it's a reflection of my personality. If you see me driving in a Bentley, that's how I'm feeling that day. Or if you see me driving in a Rolls Royce, that's how I'm feeling that day. So it was something that I owe to my dad.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I can tell you too. It's when you drive in a car that's been washed and cleaned, it feels like the car drives better.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It just feels good.
And I'm saying that because my husband, he's watching. Hi, babe. I was going somewhere Saturday. He washed it. He vacuumed the car out, washed it, cleaned it. I got in the car and to go there. It felt so good, and he filled it up
Uh-huh.
with gas. I was like, that was so good. But it's just a good feeling. And then
Yeah, it is.
it's just I can't. I actually sat there and thought about that. I said, if this car was dirty, you would feel differently.
Right.
You would feel differently about where you're going. We were going to a women's business breakfast on Saturday
Mhm.
morning, but it just was. I know exactly what you mean when you got the car all straight and you straight. Everything just feels good. That's for sure.
Right. And one thing, and because I kind of moved on into high end cars, Mercedes and BMWs and all those type of cars. But when I finally got to enough money where I was able to afford a Rolls Royce, that took me to a whole nother level. I thought the Mercedes Benz was pretty nice when you go out to dinner and you go and do things. But
Right.
when I got my Rolls and I go out to see Boney James or something like that, they parked it right up in the front.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to wait for valet. I said, you know what? I said, you know what? I can get real used to this. You know what I mean? This feels pretty good. So it makes you feel a whole lot different. It makes you carry yourself different. People treat you different, and they just roll out the red carpet for you when you go somewhere.
Well, I can tell you know what it because when we were in Vegas recently, and the Roses were all parked right up front. You don't, like you
Yeah,
said, you don't have to valet. You have to do it. They want those cars to
you want
be.
them in the front.
They do.
I took mine. I went down to Palm Springs for dinner one night, and the valet, it was another Rolls Royce that was parked there, and he parked mine right there in the front, and was like, anything you need, Mr. Green. Can I do this for you, Mr. Green? Are you staying with us tonight, Mr. Green? And I was like, wow. I'm Mr. Green. I was like, okay.
But that what really is about money. Let's be honest. If you have driving a car like of this caliber, whether you say it or not, there's money associated with it.
Right, exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. And the funny thing is, the Bentley. I got my Bentley, and I thought the Rolls Royce was something, but when that one came along, I thought, I was like, okay, I'll put it in the fleet, and I didn't think it was going to do that well. I thought it would probably just be for parades and different things like that, and that turned out one of my most highest sought after rented cars, even for weddings. I just booked it out for a wedding here not too long ago. It's done two or three weddings under its belt right now. And that's one of the most sought after cars. I said, wow, the least one that I thought would never make no money, that one makes the most money.
Because now people are getting into Bentleys more, I think, as a
Yes.
car. Because I noticed when in magazines and you see a lot of the models, they'll be, near sitting in the Bentley or modeling with the Bentleys. Not that they don't do the other cars, but I've seen them more and more.
Yeah, me and Marlon from Red Magnet Entertainment, we had a interview that we had to do up there in Beverly Hills about a week ago, and we drove my Bentley up there with the top down. And as soon as we pulled into Beverly Hills, we started seeing Bentleys all over the place. We wasn't the eye catcher like we was on the way up there on the freeway. We got up there, and everybody had one, like they were taxi cabs.
I know. When you go into LA, I used to see all the time is black on black Mercedes. I saw that. It seemed like everybody driving one. I know they're not, but it just feels like that because you see so many of them.
Right.
But like you said, Bentleys, you see it, Rolls. It's nothing.
It's nothing. Yeah, that's the norm.
It is.
That's the norm.
But the further you get outside of LA, you find that that's not the norm. But
then when you're driving down the freeway, you get the thumbs up and people videotaping you and stuff like that.
No, I must admit, Freddie, I have not experienced that. So so maybe one of these days I'll get a ride in the car to know what that feels like.
Okay, yeah, anytime. Just let me know. That's what I do. That's my business, to make people happy.
Oh, I know you were telling me that is. But let's go back to how it is that you became into Sir Freddie's luxury rental car, because it really has been a progression. It didn't just it kind of feels like overnight, probably maybe to you. I don't know.
Yeah, we've been in it 3 years now, and two seriously, and two of the years we kind of really start trying to take it serious because we see we had something here. When I started out, I just started out with a Rolls Royce, and it was for my personal enjoyment. I had no idea we were going to be renting it out, and people were calling, and I got a phone call to do a wedding because the bride and groom couldn't get a limousine, so they called me, and I said, hey, can you do a wedding for us because we can't get a limo? And I was like, okay, yeah, no problem. On a weekend, I can make a couple of dollars and do a wedding, no problem. Mm-hmm. And so I went up there and I did the wedding, and they paid me for it. And then after they paid me, they said, hey, you want to come in and eat? And I said, wow, I made this amount of money in 4 hours, and now they feed me too at the same time. I'm like, wow, where can you get a job like this at? Mm-hmm. So then I started thinking about it, and I said, well, let me see if this is what it is all made up to be. So I pitched it out there on Facebook, and lo and behold, I got booked for another wedding in Los Angeles. And after that, booked for another wedding in San Bernardino. And then the kids' proms came along. Then the kids wanted the car for their proms, and then it came models was wanting photo shoots, and I was like, wow, I'm gonna have to get another car.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, and they're paying me for it, so I was like, wow. I'm like, okay, no problem.
Oh my! And so it's just, but it manifested. It wasn't. You were not looking to do this.
I really wasn't. I was really doing a favor for a friend of mine, and for the wedding for the bride and the groom. And I had no idea. I didn't set out to. I didn't have no miraculous plan or that this was going to be Sir Freddie's. It just kind of evolved. And I think the kids. I think Sonia Adams. She called me up to Los Angeles to do a mentorship to the firefighter cadets in Los Angeles to come and speak about my business and how I got started and mentor to the kids. And I took, I think I drove the Rolls Royce up there, and one of the mothers was like, she said, "Can my son take a picture with the car?" And I like, sure. And she says, "He knows that car." And I was like, "How does he know that car?" He follows you on Facebook, and he follows all your cars on Facebook. And I was like, "Wow, the kids? The kids are following me." Yeah. So I was like, "Wow!" So everything I put out, I have to make sure that it's inspirational. Right. It has a God content into it, and everything has to be motivational. It's uplifting because I know there's young kids out there that's watching what I'm doing. Right. And I spoke to the firefighters that was there for the fire department, and it's just taken off from there. But the kids are the ones that really motivate me to really push the business because they're the ones that want me for the proms. The kids are wanting me for the different events, the birthday parties, the quinceañeras, and all the different events. The kids are really pushing. They're the ones that really motivate me, and then we just branched off into a lot of other different avenues of the business.
Right. Well, I can tell you, it seems the growth you're feeling a need.
Wow, it's been astronomical, and like we were talking earlier, we were talking about Jackson Limousine in the city of Los Angeles. I know when I was growing up, I used to see Jackson Limousine all over the place, but never really knew a whole lot about it. And now that I go to different mixers with Tammy Martin Riles for the Black Chamber of Commerce, a lot of people are telling me that, hey, you're doing the same thing that Mr. Jackson did with Jackson Limousine. So I didn't really know who he was. So I started doing research on him and found out that he owned a large fleet of limousines in Los Angeles and used to give turkey giveaways and to the community. So that was one of the things that I was wanting to do with my business in the city of Rialto with Mayor Deborah Robinson is I would like to give back to the community with doing the same thing, kind of like what he did with turkeys and turkey dinners for the community, San Bernardino, Rialto, Fontana, with my business. The same thing he did for some of the homeless people or some of the people that are unfortunate that don't have the necessary means that we have to where they can eat and stuff during the holidays. So that's something that I really want to do with my business, make sure that I give back to the communities that I grew up in.
Well, we definitely appreciate that. We want to say, just say hi to the people that have been making comments. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we love each and every one of them. We love you for being here today. And they are, I'm going to read the names down. Dumas, June, I apologize for that. I said Janie, but it was June. I apologize. So it's Dumas, June, and Dumas again, June. Is this, you said the one it starts with the M?
Michelle.
Michelle. Hi, Michelle. We have Gwendolyn. Hi, Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn's my cousin. Hi, Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn who?
Stringer. Gwendolyn Stringer.
Okay, Gwendolyn Stringer. Hi, Gwen.
She's up in the Bay Area. Dumas. Okay. Dumas, I tell you, showing your support today, Dumas. I
Yeah.
believe it's Claudina Wesley. Thank you, Claudina Wesley. And we love you. Y'all look for kids. I tell it's not, I mean, that's our future. That's definitely our
Yeah.
future. We have Sonia Adams. Thank you, Sonia. You said
Hi,
do Mrs.
Sonia. How you doing,
She
Sonia?
said
Well,
do
that's
Mrs.
Sonia. You started all this.
And do Mrs. Awesome. June again. I'm just going through you guys. Sonia. So June, you says, what's your contact? Oh, what's your contact to read the cards? That's what they want. Your number. I didn't give your number in here. I think I did. Okay, let me put that in here for you guys. That's a really good question. How do you get in touch with Freddie if you're interested in renting one of his cars? It is. Didn't I put your number in, Freddie? I
I
don't
didn't
see
see
it.
it up there.
I didn't either. I'm looking here. I'll put it in right now. Okay.
Okay.
Let me create that for you really quickly while we're talking right now.
Okay.
So, in addition to the cards, let me go and say Freddie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's 909. What's your number?
561
561. Uh-huh.
31
31
31
31
11.
11. Okay, ladies, gentlemen, I'm gonna have that added as a banner. So it will go. There we go. There you go. So if you would like to call and definitely say you heard it on this show, because that really tells you that it works. You
Yeah.
have to be, people need to see you, hear you, all of those. It all works. We have a couple other comments coming in. Oh, she put it in too. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. And
Okay.
there's June. Thank you too. Thank you, June.
Mhm.
All of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because and Freddie and I spoke about this a little earlier. I was in a meeting right before I came to the show, and in the meeting I announced that we have two African American men that have businesses in the IE. We need to support them, and not that they're the only ones. I don't want to say that. I think you're one of the newest ones, and that's
Right.
what I
Yes.
wanted people to know. Yeah, we have, as you know, Freddie's Luxury Car Rentals, and we also have Red Magnet Entertainment.
Hmm.
Red Magnet Entertainment had a concert Friday night. I'm doing a spiel for Marlon here.
Right.
Concert Friday. Had a concert Saturday night, and Freddie Jackson was the headliner.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
another concert coming up July 31st, and I believe Blackstreet is the head. Is Blackstreet the headline?
Blackstreet is going to be our headliner. Yes, it's going to be
Okay.
his headliner. Yes.
So, and I say this all because, and believe me, nobody's paying me to say this, ladies and gentlemen. But I say it because if we don't support one another, who will? Who
Right.
will?
Absolutely.
We say we want these concerts and things, and we're local. I mean, oh, thank you, Jude. We say we want these. Those of you in the IE, I'm talking about now. Those of you that are all across the country, we're just talking about our local entertainment. We're 60 miles outside of Los Angeles.
Hmm.
So we usually have to drive into LA to go to concerts and to see people and things like that. But we do have local concerts.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Kyle. Thank you. We have local ones, but we need people. We need promoters to bring the people out here.
Yes.
They don't
Right.
just show up, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
They have contracts. They expect to be paid.
Exactly.
But a promoter can't promote if they're not making money. Let's
That's
just
right.
be honest. That's just
That's
how it
right.
is. So I'm just doing my spiel, and I'm gonna tell Marlon. I put it out there. No.
Okay. I'll let him know, and I'll add this too. Me and Marlon, we came together with our businesses. They go hand in hand. He
Mhm.
deals with the promotion with the artists and
Right.
bringing the artists here,
Right.
and I deal with the transportation. So I'm the primary transportation provider
Mhm.
for Red Magnet. So when it comes to bringing all the artists, Freddie Jackson's, I'm the one who do all the transportation
Right.
for all the artists, for Marlon, and we work
Wow.
together hand in hand as a team on that. We make sure the
Mhm.
artist is all taken care of,
Right.
and they have everything they need. And we're just kind of like really bringing Beverly Hills and Los Angeles out this way with all the vehicles, with all the entertainment.
Right.
We're doing it all together for the city of San Bernardino
Mhm.
and Fontana, Rialto, all the neighboring cities, so we can have some enjoyment.
I like to thank you, and thank Kyle for making the comment too. I think that what we're seeing now is collaborations.
Yes, a
It's
lot
not,
of it.
you don't stand alone and do things. You work,
No,
well, it's that internet. I say internet, the networking of working together and supporting each other and those kind of things. Because um, Red Magnet Travel has made Welch Travel Tours. We are their company for anybody. If you're looking to book cruises and everything, they've just say they partnered with us and said if you're anybody coming to the concert, just so happens we were handed out flyers there too and telling people if you're booking, because everything's opening up now. If you're booking a
right.
cruise, give us a call. You're booking groups. You want a church group to go, and then we just before we came on today, Freddie and I talked about limousine service down to the cruise
Yeah,
line.
yeah, yeah.
So I mean,
I'll
it just,
partnership with you on that too.
I tell you, you know what? But that's how we do it. That's
Right.
how it works. That's how it's what makes it all work together.
With everything that's happening now, Mary, is it's opening up and everybody's is like really pushing. 104.7. They contacted me the other day. They
Mhm.
want a partnership with me. That's the R&B radio station. They want a partnership with me for uh, tickets for the concerts for the upcoming Red Magnet and Samuel Well concerts. So they're going to be giving away free limousine rides along with their free tickets. Then we also partner again on the back end where
Mhm.
now they want a partnership with me with Sir Freddie's Luxury Car Rentals where we will give their DJs rides to their events in
Right.
exchange for 1,000 hours of free airtime for Sir Freddie's Luxury Car Rentals. So you'll be hearing it coming across the 104.7 probably after this concert,
Hmm.
where it'll be broadcasted out all across the airwaves that Sir Freddie's Luxury Car Rental is now the primary provider for 104.7 transportation.
Woo!
So we're reaching out there. Also, I'll bring this up the pastors in
Hmm.
San Diego. We're
Okay.
getting ready to put cars out there. I got a call from pastors out there for the churches.
Right.
They need limousine services for the churches.
Right.
I was looking at it for the party life because my phone rings about 4 or 5 times a day just for San Diego party goers out there, weddings. So I told my partners, I said, we're going to have to get cars out there in San Diego to supply the need, not knowing we're going to need a place to keep the cars. So the pastors, thanks to Mr. Dumas, put me in touch with the pastors out there, and we were able to keep cars at the churches. And then the pastors at the church say, "Hey, we're going to need your service as well. We got churches in the neighborhood that we need for funerals and weddings and prayer
Mhm.
breakfasts and all that." So now we're touching the pastors and the
Right.
churches as well as the party goers out in San Diego. Then, thanks to Mr. Dumas again, I got a contact from Las Vegas um, with Evelyn Pacheco for she just won her first contract with MGM Grand.
Hmm.
We partnership with Evelyn, and now I'm going to be doing business out there in Vegas for summits and conventions.
Right.
She needs me to pick up her clients from Las Vegas Airport and transport their clients to MGM Grand and to San Mirage. So we're working together. She just called me a few minutes ago. I know she wonders what I got going on. She needs those cars out there in Vegas. So so we got Vegas, we got San Diego. I just interviewed another driver for Los Angeles yesterday. Me and my daughter, Dominique, we sit down and had an interview with a driver in Los Angeles. We're going to be having a car running around in Los Angeles. He's going to cover from Kellogg Hill west of everything in Los Angeles, Culver City. We'll be covering Culver City, Hollywood, Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, Long Beach. We'll be covering all the areas and stuff out there. He's going to take care of that. We're going to take care of everything east of Kellogg Hill, Pomona, Moreno Valley, um, Riverside, Palm Springs.
Right.
We'll cover everything east of that. So we're going to have cars in Vegas, Los Angeles, and San Diego, and the
Wow.
Inland Empire
So this all became from one car.
from one car.
And you know what this is really showing you? Really, as I'm talking to you, just start.
Yeah.
And you didn't even really mean for it to be a business. That's what's interesting.
No, it just took off. I think what happened was the need. There's so many different needs, and so many different needs in this business. It's unreal because we have Marlin with Red Magnet. We got concerts, so now I had to go out and get a VIP sprinter to handle the VIPs. So we're dealing with VIP status like Freddie Jackson, all the superstars. So that's a whole nother part of my business is dealing with VIPs. Then we got the elites that want to go in the limousines. We have those. Then we have the kids that want to ride around in the Bentleys. So, and then you have the pastors with the churches. So
Right.
there's a need everywhere. Then you got Vegas summits, conventions. It just, the list just goes on. My daughter said, "You don't know what you've gotten yourself into. This is bigger than you." And I said, "Yes, it is." But thanks to Tammy Martin Riles of the Black Chamber of Commerce
Mhm.
in Rialto. She helps me with a lot of my billing invoices when I get swamped down. She's like, "Hey, I told you that was going to happen, and you need to start checking this." So thanks a lot, Tammy, for staying on me and going to those mixers
Mhm.
and getting the business and stuff out there. And really appreciate Mr. Dumas, Sonia, and you, Mary. Thank you. A lot of you guys in the community have really come together and really supported my business and took me. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Mr. Dumas, Tammy Martin Riles, you,
Yeah.
Mary, Sonia Adams. The list goes on. I
It
know I'm forgetting
does.
people, but everybody played a part in my
Mhm.
business to help me get to this point to where I am. And actually, I'm going to need more. I'm hiring people in our community. I'm hiring drivers. I need drivers for Vegas. I need drivers for San Diego. I need drivers for Los Angeles. And we're just like, I can't get enough. But my team is going to have to reach out. I was telling my aunts and my
Mhm.
family, I said, it's going to take all of us and our entire family
Mhm.
to do this because Freddie can't do this alone. I can't be in Vegas. I can't be in San Diego. I can't be in Los Angeles all at the same time. So
Right.
I'm going to need a calibrated effort from my entire family
Right.
because I wanted to leave. And I told my kids, I said, I want to leave a legacy. And
Right.
I said, the legacy is for you guys to continue to keep this going. I got tired of looking in my family where I started seeing each generation started from zero.
Right.
My grandfather started from zero and he had to start. My dad started from zero, he had to build. I had to start from zero and I had to build. Somebody in the family has to say, hey, enough is enough from
Right.
these kids starting from zero. I
Right.
need to build something where my kids can say, hey, you know what? I don't ever have to work again.
Right.
Pass this down other than just leaving life insurance. I want to leave a legacy for these kids where they can continue to keep it going,
Right.
pass it on to your kids, pass it on to my grandkids, my great grandkids. I think that's where it becomes a lot bigger than
Mhm.
just a limousine service or VIP transport. It's to make sure that these kids have something to look forward to other than just going to an everyday job,
Right.
9 to 5, and working every day.
We
This
just,
right
we
here
just,
is what's that?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
Mhm.
we just had Spencer Brown said, I am available as a professional chauffeur.
Whoa, I need him.
It's,
I need you. I need you. What city is he from?
Spencer, he didn't say, but Spencer, I will put the number back up. You just give, I think you can just give Freddie a call. He said he's looking to hire chauffeurs. I'll put the number back
Yes.
up for you. There it is. Here's Freddie's number. There it goes. Just give him a call.
Yep, I need him in all cities. I need him San Diego, Los Angeles, and
definitely.
Las Vegas.
He's saying, so in other words, are you hiring? Is that what
Yes, I need help. I need help.
that's it? That's saying a lot. I actually know someone else that's in Vegas that might be interested.
Okay,
It
definitely. I
might be.
need him.
I will refer them to you for sure, for sure. Well, let me ask you this, Freddie.
Mhm.
What does it take to be an entrepreneur? What does it, because these are different skill sets than working for the state. Am I correct? Or are they the
Correct.
same? Okay.
The gratification.
Mhm.
I get more gratification out of working for myself and building and putting effort into the job because I like to see people happy. The good part about my job in the limousines is because every time I respond to an event, everybody's at their highest point of happiness. Whether it be a wedding, if I go to a wedding, that's their special day.
Right.
I'm a part of their special day. I get to drive them from one location to another. And same thing with the kids. When they call me for their proms, that's their special day. I get to see people happy. I get to make people happy. And I think that's where the gratification, because there's so much sadness in the world today with the COVID, with the deaths and whatever, all the negative thing that's going on in the news, to where when you can go to somebody's home and pull up and the whole family's out there and they see that limousine pull up and they see that Rolls Royce pull up or that Bentley pull up and you see the excitement on their face, you don't even have to pay me. I do it for free just to see everybody happy.
Oh, and you know what it is? It's not just them, the whole neighborhood.
The whole neighborhood. The whole neighborhood. When that limousine pulls into the neighborhood, like what we did for the Freddie Jackson concert, I think I had 3 limousines running for that concert. My son is the photographer and videographer, so we keep everything in-house. And when those limousines pulled up, he was there to take pictures and make sure that they were treated like royalty. And that's the main thing that I'm looking for, because we work hard every day. And I realize that my clients, when they jump in those limousines, they don't want to do nothing. They just want music on. They want some Hennessy, some vodka, and I provide all of it. They want to relax and they want to feel like $1 million. And that's what I do. I make you feel like $1 million.
Oh, that is wonderful. I know too. Don't we have the Super Bowl coming?
We have a Super Bowl coming. I don't even know if I should let this out of the bag. Marlon might be mad at me if I do. But we got a venue in right down from Staples Center. I won't give the artist. I won't give that away. I'll let him do that. But we got some heavy hitter artists coming, and it's going to be Super Bowl party is going to be right down the street from the Staples Center, and we got a nice, man, the venue's huge. The limousines are going to have their own setup, parking. Of course, I'm the transportation provider for the for the artists and for the regular public, and it's going to be huge. Our Super Bowl party is going to be huge.
Wow.
I won't give the artists away though. You're gonna love them though. I'll tell you that.
In other words, you're gonna want to be there.
You're gonna want to be there. You're not gonna want to miss this one. I guarantee you.
I know we're planning on doing. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah. The Super Bowl party is gonna be crazy.
Oh my!
That's gonna be in the city of Los Angeles.
So the skills for the different now on your job, I would think networking is not something you have to do. It's something you may do, but it's not a requirement. But with your business, it's really a necessity. Am I correct?
That's correct. Networking with the different partnerships with different people and getting the word out. That's where Tammy Martin Riles comes in to play with the Black Chamber of Commerce, and she has these mixers that go on for the communities and for all the different business owners in the community, where they bring everybody together. And everybody gets to network and you hand out their business cards and explain to everybody what they do within the community. If you miss out on those mixers, you're really missing out on other entrepreneurs in the community that could have a need for your business. I went to the last one. I picked up a lot of clients just going through the business mixer at Cafe Organics. And that is another, John Sally is a partnership owner with Cafe Organics. That's another one. If you're vegan, a vegan restaurant, and they have it there every first of the month for those mixers to get in touch with their community and everybody in the community that has a business.
Oh, wow. Well, I know too. It looks to me that San Bernardino, we've all been affected by what's going on with the pandemic. But what I'm seeing as far as business people, they're coming into that community at a higher rate to really pump up the community. Because there's also, what is it? I love chicken and waffles, or
that's another one. Yeah, that's another one. I took Surface there for their autograph signing. Those guys at I Love Chicken and Waffles, they're awesome, and we have our meetings there. They're growing. They're growing just as fast as I'm growing. I mean, you can't make chicken fast enough. Me and Marlon, we stay there eating chicken. We just designated that. That's our meeting area when we go to have our meetings and stuff. So no, we love chicken and waffles over there, and that's another one. We also have another one that's coming up that everybody doesn't know that we are partnership with, and that's Shooters. Shooters out in Temecula. That's Tim One Way. What we do with Shooters is bar and grill. When I do my wine tours out in Temecula, usually my wine tours start around 10 o'clock and end at 5. And then the party's over for a lot of people. They want to keep partying because they're just turned up. Right. So before Shooters came, we didn't really have no place to take them. Once they left the wineries and their wine tour, they're all feeling good from the wine. Now we have Shooters out in Temecula, and now we can leave the winery and my business, Sir Freddie's, can take you straight over to Shooters, and you can keep the party going all the way up to 2 o'clock in the morning. And they have their DJs. DJ Wynn is one of the DJs there. They have food, bar and grill. They have pool tables. So we can keep the party going. And he's another one that's in the community that everybody need to pay attention to, and that's Shooters in Temecula.
Okay. And I'll tell you, we have named more businesses today. And I'm saying this, that's a good thing. That's saying that there's growth and people are using, their creativity, and they're opening, they're stepping out. After this pandemic, they're saying these are either, these are my ideas. Like you said, you've been in business for 3 years. 3 years is short. That's 36 months. Right. That's not a long time to be a business owner. And to see the growth, which, like you said, is skyrocketing. It's not just it's going by leaps and bounds.
Yeah, and that's where Mr. Dumas comes in, because he stays on top of me. As soon as I call him every time something exciting happens, and Mr. Dumas says, "Okay, Freddie, we got to move into this direction right now. Now we got to go over here." I'm like, "Wait a minute, I'm still trying to enjoy this one right here, Mr. Dumas." He's like, "No, we got to go over here. We got to do this. We got to do that." I'm like, okay, well, I'm following your lead. He's my mentor, Mr. Dumas.
I think, he's both of our mentors. Yes. Because the businesses he has helped me start. Some of you may or may not know. One is called Front Page Publishing, where I help authors publish their books. The other one is called, the travel agency, Welch Travel Tours. We also have First Book Academy, where if you want to write a book, you can learn all of these things. Dumas has helped me as far as making sure that they're, legitimate with the state, paying my taxes, everything. So I would tell you, I'm gonna put my number in, ladies and gentlemen. You can call me if you need anything that's dealing with intellectual property. This would be the man to talk to, and that is
definitely. He set up my LLC, all that.
See, me too.
Yeah, he set up my LLC. He said, "You want to go C Corp? We not W2. We 1099." I'm like,
Dumas is going to get you straight. I'm telling you. And I'm gonna put my name. I should put Dumas's in, but I'm gonna put mine, and you can call me. Here we go, 669. And I'm saying this 03. He is, if you're doing a nonprofit, if you're doing so just let me put it so you can see it here. Call me. It says First Book Academy, Mary. Either one, you can call me there. But I say that because you may be trying to do a nonprofit. You may be trying to, like you said, S Corp, a C Corp, a LLC. Protect. You may even be. Well, I don't think he does patents anymore. I don't think he does that. But what we're talking about, protect your whatever your intellectual property. People don't realize intellectual property. People, it's money. It's millions, because every single thing we see was created by somebody.
Right. Exactly.
I don't care what it is. From the table you sit on, the chairs you sit on, and somebody has a patent on that if you use it, you have to pay them for that. Use of that. And I'm going to give some information now, totally just to be giving it to you guys. You need his number? Okay, call me. I just gave you the number. Call me. I can tell you, as far as a copyright, and I'm just going to give this out just for the public. A copyright is good for the life of the book, the life of the author. So, for instance, I've written 3 books. It's good for my lifetime plus 70 years. That's the life of a copyright. So, those of you that are authors and you want to write books, it would be good for it would your lifetime plus the generation behind you's lifetime, and then the copyright no longer exists. So it really lets basically 2 generations utilize that copyright. So that's something that if you didn't already know that, now you know. And we're gonna have to get you to write a book, Freddie, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dumas is already. He got that in the. I'm pretty sure he's got that lined up somewhere.
And I will just, like I said, call. Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. She said, just give me a call. I said, just call that number, and that's the number, my office number, so you don't have to work and leave a message, and I will make sure to get that to Dumas. And Dumas, he's been on, but yeah, I'll make it said to give his number. Okay. The one thing I know you said, the one thing that's very important to you, Freddie, and I know it's important to me also, and that is, why is a legacy, leaving a legacy, so very important to you?
Because, like I was saying earlier, I got tired of seeing within my family, in the Green family, where we starting over from each grandfather or great grandfather started from zero, and each person had to start and build their own little world. Mm-hmm. So the reason why it's important to me, because I have a granddaughter and I have grandkids, and I want to make sure that they don't have to work. And, I don't want to see them go through what I had to go through. Mm-hmm. And I look around and I see other generations that have an advantage as far as they have every resource that they need already when they're born onto the face of the planet. And it's like we had to start from zero. Yeah. So I said, you know what? Well, my grandkids and my kids they're not going to go through that. I'm going to make sure our daddy is going to make sure that nobody's starting from zero anymore from this point. You got Sir Freddie's Luxury Car Rentals. You got Sir Luxury VIP. We're gonna even go into realty, real estate. The sky is the limit. Mm-hmm. And then before I check out of here, I want my kids to have it, and that's why I include them in all of the business decisions. They don't want to be in some of the decisions sometimes, but I make them be there. So when I want to go on vacation or I want to take some time off, I want you guys to be able to run this business just like clockwork. So you got to be at these business meetings and these hirings and all of this, so you know the business. Right. And so my daughter's really getting into it. My son's getting into it. He's learning the business. He's starting to understand. It's taken them a while to get it, but now they're starting to get it, and they start to realize what my vision is. And I think you have to have a vision. Yeah. You got to have a vision for your family. You got to have a vision for you. Yeah. You got to have a vision for your grandkids, what you want them to have. And that's what I want. And if they want to run the company and they don't have to work anymore, and it just continues to go on down the line, that's the legacy that I want to leave.
All right. I'll be honest, I didn't even know you were a grandfather. I never would have guessed it.
It's like, yeah, I'm a grandfather.
Well, I can tell you, that's all. I think, like you said, we have to do the same thing. It took me years to realize my parents were entrepreneurs. They were not, quote, they didn't have the business title and everything. But on the weekends, we would be helping our dad, and he would be doing all kinds of, odd jobs and things like that, and then turn around and get up and work Monday through Friday, because it wasn't like you got to rest on the weekends. You still had to get up and work. I didn't even realize he was teaching me entrepreneurial skills then. Right. But that's just who he was. He had 5 kids, and at that time he had a 3rd grade education, and he was like, "No, we have to make a way in this world." And sitting around is not how we do that. We get out.
I think one of the things that I learned from Mr. Dumas, and I'm teaching my kids that too, is the difference between the W-2 and the 1099. Right. With that W-2, you're just working every day. Your stimulus, the way they do it is you work in a W-2, you go to work every day, and you will get a stimulus check. Okay, if you don't make an X amount of dollars, they'll give you $1,200, this and that. Well, the difference between the W-2 and the 1099, when you're an entrepreneur, you can write off everything. Your stimulus check is a little bit different than that $1,200. Your stimulus check is a grant. is a government grant or
Yeah.
a government loan,
Yeah.
depending on which way you want to go. If you get the government grant, then boom, there's 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. Boom, that's right there in your pocket. And you do that over and over and over again. That's your stimulus. The regular just working every day, 9 to 5, go 1099, get that money, recorp that money into your business, expand it, grow it, bring in nonprofit organizations. People want to come in nonprofit, write that stuff off. When they told me, say, hey, Freddie, you can write off your cell phone, you can write off your office, you can write off your gas, you go to food, you go buy something to food. I keep every receipt. I don't, if you blanket me wrong, that's a receipt. I want a receipt if you blanket me wrong. I keep all my receipts. I turn that stuff into my CPA, and I make sure that I teach my kids that, hey, you guys are going to work. Now look at what dad does and look what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're working W-2. I'm looking at 1099. I get to write off my cell phone, my laptop, my gas, my clothes. When I take my clothes to the cleaners, when I go to dinner, give me my receipt. I'm getting that money back. If I go to the Mission Inn for dinner, I want my money back.
Because you're really recouping. Because when you're in business, literally, if you think about everything you do is business.
It's business. Everything is a write-off. Everything is a write-off for me. It's all business related. Me and you having this conversation, I'm burning electricity with this laptop. I'm writing that off.
I tell you, I have tried. I know, like my husband and I, we've had our travel agency for over 15 years. It has been a blessing. And the gentleman that does our taxes said, if you didn't have it, the IRS would be having you for lunch.
Oh, definitely, definitely. The amount of money I got back last year was ridiculous. I almost fell out when they told me how much money I was getting back. I dang near fell out of the chair.
Because it's business. You have to advertise. You have
exactly.
In order to be in business, you have to have business meetings in order to be in business. All of this is business. That's all.
It's all business. And the funny thing with talking to Mr. Dumas, and Mr. Dumas explained a lot to me, and I said, and when I'm learning, and I'm still learning, I'm like, you can do that?
Well, you know what it is too. He's going to tell you what's real, what you can and cannot do. The key is stay legal.
Right.
That's all it is. If you stay legal, you'll be just fine.
Just being legal is enough.
Oh, that's it. But
just being legal is enough.
It's enough you can do. And this is what I always say to people. There's more than enough out here for everybody.
Yeah, there's so much money. I mean, when you start talking about entrepreneurship and you start getting into it, there's so much money because you're going to make the money forward and you're going to make it back on the tail end. Yeah. What you didn't make during your regular business year, you're going to get a lot of that on the tail end. Right. So I can't wait. I used to hate tax season. At the end of the tax season, I can't wait right now to tax season. I almost fell out of my chair last year. I'm like, man, I'm looking forward to tax season now. And I'm like, wow.
Everything has shifted.
Everything is shifted.
It's too funny.
And now with Sonia Adams, now they're taking me to another level because we're looking at business credit. Now we're looking at business credit. Right. And that's a whole nother animal.
I tell you.
Dealing with just my regular personal credit to now we're dealing with Sir Freddie's luxury car rentals credit. So now we have the business credit where you can go out and I can buy a fleet of cars on my credit. I can buy a house if I wanted to on my credit because it's Sir Freddie's luxury car rentals house. So my daughter, now I'm teaching her, she's learning it at a faster rate. She's really picking up on this entrepreneur business stuff. She says, Dad, you can buy me a Lexus. Sir Freddie's luxury car rentals can buy a business Lexus, right? You're catching on now. Now you're catching on now. Okay.
But it's owned by the company.
It's not owned by the company.
It's not owned by you personally.
Right. It's owned by the company.
Never knew. I think that's what it is. We just never knew that these opportunities existed and didn't know how they can benefit you. You know, it can benefit you, and then you can like what they call it. You're going up and up and up. You're going up that ladder because it starts usually for everybody starts small, But think about the generations, like you said, your generation and what you're teaching your daughter, and now your grandchildren, what they will get, having all this knowledge being poured into them by this just generational knowledge.
If you look at your research, the United States was founded. It was founded on entrepreneurship. That's what drove
Yes.
the economy.
Mhm.
Hershey's, Edison, all those, they got government grants to create because they were entrepreneurs. They came up with a vision and ideas. Electricity. That's what got us where we are today. You got Hershey's chocolate. You got Johnson and Johnson. You got the Ford Motor Company. All those guys were entrepreneurs that had visions, and
Mm.
and those visions turned and manifested into government contracts, government business,
Mhm.
and they just manifested into something that was huge. Well, that's the same thing I'm teaching my kids, my
Right.
grandkids. Sir Freddie's Luxury Car Rentals is a corporation. It's like Johnson and Johnson. That's
Right.
what we're doing. It's like Hershey's chocolate.
Right.
It's gonna be everywhere you go. You turn on your TV, you're gonna see Sir Freddie's, just like you do Hershey's chocolate.
I
Edison,
love it.
JB Hunt, all of those,
Right.
FedEx, UPS. You're gonna look on a billboard when you go to Hollywood. You're gonna see Sir Freddie's. You're gonna see my picture right there.
And I won't be able to say, you know what? I know him. I know.
Right, right.
I love it. We said, you gonna see my picture.
You're gonna see my picture like right there. Okay, so that's the sky is the limit, and I'm gonna take this as far as I could take it. There's so many people backing it, like yourself and Mr. Dumas and everybody.
Definitely.
We're gonna get it out there into Las Vegas and all these different cities. And my daughter, I mean, that's funny because the kids, you're thinking on one level,
Mhm.
and your kids are thinking on a whole nother level. I mean,
Yeah.
she was like, "Hey, Dad, how much does it cost to put it on that billboard? Uh, how much do those billboards cost?" She's already looking.
Yes.
My daughter Dominique Green is already looking at putting stuff on those billboards in Los Angeles. I'm like, wow, I didn't even think of that. But that's where the
Yeah.
kids take your business or your ideas or your legacy.
Right.
They're going to take it to a whole nother level that you couldn't even imagine. But somebody has to be the one to start it.
It's really interesting. I actually know someone that does the billboards. That I know.
I
That's
need
why
that.
I'm sitting here.
I
Another
need
networking.
that.
I know, another networking. But I just wanted to make sure I said that. But before we run out of time, I definitely want to thank you so much, Freddie, for coming on the show.
Oh, you're
I,
welcome.
I'm so happy and proud for you because your enthusiasm and your energy is just, contagious. And before we go, I want to make sure this is a comment. It says, Gwendolyn says, good talk. Generational wealth is still new to us. The best legacy is to teach them. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Gwen.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. But I didn't want to run out of time, and then all of a sudden I have to just cut. I don't want to cut the program off. But do you have any last few words for our audience, Freddie, before we go?
Yeah, I think just make sure that just create your own business. You know what I mean? Start your own business. I think that's where you're going to get your most gratification.
Right.
I think whatever it is that you want to do in life, whatever you always wanted to do it. Just go in and do it. Jump out there. You can't lose. I mean, just go out there, take your money. I enjoy just investing my money back into myself. I get a gratification just doing. I wrote my first few business checks. Banked with Bank of America. They I'm just like, man, it's just so much fun being able to help other people and cut them checks and
Right.
pour back into the community. And but just start your own business, as I say. Do your own thing and invest in your properties, buy rental properties, buy business properties. All those things is just going to make you that much better than just going to work every day.
Right.
Just working a 9 to 5 every day. Invest in yourself.
Oh, thank you, Juanetta, Gwendolyn, is Michelle. Who did I miss in here? I make sure I got all of you: Austin, Juma, Spencer, Elaine, June, Kyle. I want to thank all of you, all of our audience today, and I definitely want a special thank you to Freddie.
Oh,
Ladies,
you're welcome. Thanks for having me on, Mary. I really appreciate it. I know Duma's been trying to get us together forever.
but I see why though. Now I
Yeah.
do. I see
Oh
why.
no, we go to, everybody that Dumas has brought us together with, everybody that he's introduced us to, we
Mhm.
all fit hand in glove. Marlon from Red Magnet, you, Sonia Adams. I mean, everybody, we all fit together like a hand in glove.
We do.
Evelyn out of Vegas. I mean, she's going to take me to a whole nother level out there in Las Vegas. It's just sky's the limit. I'm just like on cloud nine.
All right. Thank you again. We do appreciate you. And you will be coming back.
Okay, yeah, I'll be coming
Right.
back.
All
Okay,
righty.
all righty.
Ladies, gentlemen, that's our show for today. I'd like to thank you, thank you, thank you. We will be back. It'll be on Monday, same time, as they say, same time, same bat channel at the exact same time. And the flyers, if you're not on the texting list, you want to get on the list, you'll get the text messages. If you want to get on the email list, you go to marydwelch.com and you can join the email list and you will receive emails from me that come out daily. I send a lot of emails, by the way. And I like to warn people that so when they know I send a lot of emails, then they don't feel so bad about about them going out. And I have one last comment from Spencer Brown. Great show. Oh, and I'm a super host. Thank you, Spencer. I appreciate that. So God bless each and every one of you, and I will see you on Monday. Bye bye, everybody.